Hi, welcome to Wild About Nature. I'm Linda, and today we're going to play with mud and create muddy flags. We're also going to get in a little mud throwing, and that can even lead to a bit of mud art. So let's get started. To create our muddy flags, of course, we have to start with our soil. So I looked around my yard and I found several different kinds of dirt in my small yard. I found a sandy colored soil, so I collected that. I also found a really rich dark dirt, collected that. And then finally, I found a reddish grayish clay, which of course North Carolina is known for its clay. Now, once we get our dirt collected, the next thing we need is water. So I've already started mixing here, but I do need a little bit more water. So I'm going to add that to my dirt and I'm going to stir. You can use a spoon, but hey, a stick works great too for stirring. Now that we have our mud, we're ready to start decorating our flags. And when I began decorating, I used a lot of different items from nature. I collected different kinds of leaves and bundled grasses. They can actually make a great paintbrush. I experimented with different kinds of pine cones, gumballs. That one got stuck right there. And of course, different kinds of leaves. I actually even made my own nature's glitter. I'm going to bring this up and hopefully you'll be able to see it. I collected little leaves and some sand, little twigs, different little flowers, and scrunched them all up and made my own glitter. So why buy bulk glitter when you can make your own glitter with items provided by Mother Nature? I'm going to show you 3 different flags, from a very simple design to something that might be a little more involved, but it's just to give you an idea of the different things that you can do. Now I'm going to show you the first flag is what I call my simple flag, and all I did is I painted my hand with mud and made some hand prints, and then just kind of experimented with using different textures, and I dropped a little dollop of mud right there and it dried nicely, and of course I signed my name. But that was just a simple decoration, and you could actually paint your feet too and step on your flag if you wanted to. This one over here has a little bit more of an intricate design, and I experimented with making really fine lines and fatter lines and circles, and I used some of my nature's glitter on this to give it a little color and a little extra sparkle, I guess you would say. And then finally, this is what I call my mixed media, just because I used some grasses and some stones and some flowers. And with this one, and you could actually do this too, is mix a little glue and water and paint your flag with that. And sometimes that can help the mud stick to the flag as well. And you want to lay your flag flat to let it dry, and then you might have to scrape off a little bit of the mud, and some of it might fall off, but as you can see here, the majority of the mud stayed on my flag. And then finally, here's one of my bigger flags, and I was just experimenting. I was making butterflies using my finger. I was doing fingerprints, and I was experimenting with my nature's glitter and just seeing what I could create. So a lot of times it's just fun to just to kind of play around with your flag and what it might look like as well. So how do we hang these? For my experimental flag, all I did was I'm using canvas here, but you could use a sheet or an old towel or anything to paint on. But the surface that I was painting on, I just took the canvas and I folded it over to the back, and I glued it together. Now you could tape it, you could glue it, you could staple it, and I created this opening just like a curtain. And I found a stick that I just love the look of it, and I threaded my stick through this opening right here, and then I had some twine and was able to tie the twine on either side of the flag and was able to hang it that way. For the flags hanging together, I was able to punch a hole in the flags, and I use scissors, and just make sure you find a safe way to do that. But I created holes, 2 holes in each flag, found my twine, and then I began to thread my twine through my flag so that they would hang together, and then you just hang them and tie them wherever you would like. And as you can see, I think they look kind of nice in the tree. So these are just a few ways that you can hang your muddy flag, and there are a lot of different ways that you can mount or hang your flag. So have fun coming up with a lot of creative designs, and you could even create inspirational messages or pictures for your whole neighborhood and hang them in your front yard. Now, you know what? It's time for a little mud throwing. Let's go check it out. I've mixed up my mud, and I'm using an old painter's canvas, but a tarp, an old sheet, pillowcase, even an old shirt or towel could work as well. You could also use some type of hard surface like cardboard or plywood, just about any kind of hard surface, but get permission first before you go that route. But anyway, we're ready to do a little mud throwing, and I've got my mud all ready, so here we go. Okay, how does that look? I've already started. I'm going to just give a few more throws. You can lop it up and have big clumps or little clumps, whatever you would like. I know you notice I already put my hands on there too, but this is just a lot of fun. It's relaxing, and I think I have enough for one more. Here we go. Boy, that was fun. And you can take your mud throwing to the next level. I just cut out a little piece of the canvas, and I created a work of mud art, and I actually put it in a frame. Hey, you might even want to create a giant mud wall hanging. So have fun. Create some flags and try a little mud throwing too. All you need is a little dirt, water, nature, and imagination. Bye.